Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Sunday stream. Did I just start like the worst time or something? I just see Jonathan laughing in the background. So today we have Jenea with us, and I said the name right. I got it right. We were sort of like messing around before stream because I am awful with names. But yeah, so we are going to talk task management in Notion. For those of you that haven't joined the stream before, we are going to talk about Notion, task management, project management, and we'll probably sort of like dart off in some different directions because the stream is never planned out and never goes to plan. If you are watching this on the replay, I will get the timestamps done. Just give me like 5 hours after stream to like chill out and then rewatch the stream and add the timestamps. But Jenea, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone watching?
I will. My name is Jenea, as he correctly pronounced. And yeah, so I am currently working with a client full-time that has a lot of businesses and a lot of tasks that are involved in those businesses. So I just I'm hoping to walk away just learning how to manage all of that in a system that's easy and yeah. Makes sense. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely sounds good. So you say you manage a client. Is that all you want to manage in Notion, or do you want to manage personal small tasks like your whole business, or is it what's your ideal scope?
For this call? My dream would be, yes, to manage everything in Notion. That includes, what I want to do for myself. I have my own business and it's sort of on the back burner because I have so many things that I have to do that are behind or whatever, because I'm not being efficient. So really in the ideal world, it would be that this system is so strong and so well made that I get on here, I know exactly what I'm doing, I get it done, and I can go work on other stuff that matters it matters to me that I'm doing this, but just stuff that is near and dear to my heart and, give me more freedom to do what I want to do. So that's ultimately what I want. But right now I just I need to get started,
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, I'll pass it over to Jonathan in a second, but having an idea of where you want it to go helps us build the structures to start with. If it's just like, I just want to do this one thing, then it's just like, okay.
So yeah, I would love to know how to track my habits. I would love to be able to, that would be another thing that I would really want to put in there as a foundation or whatever. And I would love to, that's mostly it, track my habits and be able to know what the crap I'm doing when I wake up and get my computer going, like, what am I doing? And really, where am I? Like, where am I on things? What needs to be done? What's overdue? This kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good. That definitely gives me lots of ideas. And we had a sneak peek before stream that I'm like, okay, dial it down, chill out. Let's just go. It's like control.
Yeah.
Gail, good to see you. Homesick, good to see you, and see you commenting in chat. So, Jenea, am I okay to share your screen so we can have a quick look at what we're working with? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Right. So, I'll click the right button. Yes, you are now sharing your screen. So, do you want to walk through what we've got?
So, dear viewers, I'm afraid this is going to be a complete learning session. I have nothing to give you. But yes, this is what I've made. This is literally all that I've made. So I have sort of laid out the areas that I would like to track and manage in Notion. I have some projects that I've built out, and I built out some tasks and resources. Really, this is all I have, just so that we're not having to start from scratch and that we can use what I've already got in here. But yeah, it's very limited. Like when I said brand new, it's brand new. So
well, the thing is, you say it's limited, but I can see a lot of the setup is already there. So in your projects, you've already got areas, tasks related, like the database is related. You've already got a progress formula in there, which I don't know what that formula looks like, but it's there.
Sorry, that reaction was brilliant.
Yeah.
So the way I see the task management at the moment is, you've sort of got your data, like it's the data page, and it looks like you might just need to make a dashboard.
Yes.
For the view. So it looks like you've done a lot of the work behind the scenes already, because you've got the databases, you've got the relations. I think it's just a case of making a linked database for a dashboard. Would you agree,
And I
John?
have to say yes. Oh, sorry, you're not asking me, but yeah.
Well, John can either just nod or shake.
Are you asking me? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like you've got a lot of the foundational stuff. Like there's a big like freak out when newer Notion users come in. They're like, I need all these things and every single thing. What you've got right here is all you need to just start.
Yes.
You have the foundational kind of section that you need, and all it takes from there is just to put them in different ways so you can see them. The power of what Danny and my systems and most of the other systems that you can see is the fact that you have different views and different dashboards and different like sections that are focused and have a reason why they exist.
Yes.
So like both mine and Danny's home is very much today, that's it. And then we have our different dashboards that kind of go, this is this week, this is this month, this is the content, this is the tasks for tomorrow and planning, and this is the week I've got this week, etc., etc. So you have the structure there already. It's lovely. It's going to save some time.
Good. Okay.
Did you have a question or something to say?
Well, it's just yes. So I, when it comes to, and this, I don't know if this might help once we start getting into it, but what I need from my dashboard really is, yes, like you said, like I need to know when I go there, like what am I doing? But I'd also like to know, like one of the things, the problems I have is knowing where I am, like what I just said. So if there's like a nice, neat way of just saying, okay, here's the stuff that you're working on right now, and here's where you are. I don't know if that is doubling up on the tasks, or if I don't know. I just don't know how that looks, or what would make sense.
My question would be, what would you want to like? What essentially? What data do you want to see the progress on? Is it? Do you want to see how far along the project you are, or how far along in the quarter you are with the projects? Like,
yeah.
because there's so much information that essentially you're going to be storing. You can either store how many tasks you've done, how many tasks you've got left, the percentage you've done, percentage you've got left, percentage of a project. You see where it's sort of like you've got all these options. What do you want to see? Would be the question that goes to the dashboard.
I want to see, for me, so that I know. It's probably both, right? I would love to have like we were talking about earlier, like a portal where my client can see what we've got done and what is left, so that he can report that to whatever is happening. For me, all I need to know is, what do I need to do? Like, what is left? I don't need to know how much I've done. It's not important to me. But for my own dashboard, I would say I just need to know what's left. What do I need to do?
Jonathan, you made some monkey noises. You made some monkey noises. I assume you want to talk.
Sorry, I was just so you want your client to see some of the information as well, because that may shift things a little bit, because it's the permissions that start actually coming into play here. Because if you're wanting to share what you're doing or what he needs, it depends on what you want to share in that kind of client view. Because that would be a separate kind of area. You want to, whenever you create like little dashboards or sections in your Notion, you want it to kind of be very much single purpose at most. Because if you start having multiple things you can do in that section, it's like it gets very busy again, and so you'll be finding it really hard to stay focused. So you want to have kind of a main focus. So for example, my home dashboard's focus is just to see what I need to get done, and then it can take me where else I need to go.
Okay, then that's what I want. Let's make it easy.
Yeah, focus on you first. So you have a home page, a home base. Is that where your dashboard is going to be? Have you got an idea? Do you use your sidebar? First question. Is she frozen?
Oh, I hope not. Hello?
That would not be good.
That's a frozen, I think.
I think that's a frozen. It's not a bad frozen though, to be fair.
No. Either that or you've scared her by saying the word sidebar.
We will see. I'm just going to have a look through the chat while we see what's going on. Dreaming of your Notion's potential is wonderful. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's bring it up on stream so we can see. Dreaming of your Notion potential. I'm just going to remove her so she doesn't look as like scarily focused. She is still in the call, but she sort of disappeared. So we will come back when she comes back. Dreaming of your Notion potential is wonderful, but building your Notion with purposes in mind is the most fulfilling. Yes, exactly. She has just disconnected from the call, so we will wait for her to come back, and when she does, I will bring her back into the stream. Maximilian, good to see you. Gabriel, good to see you. Progress bars, question mark. Yeah, progress bars. So I've actually done quite a few different templates with progress bars, and you could have it as a progress bar with a number, without a number, with a percent, without a percent, different colors, emojis. There are so many different ways that you could do progress bars in Notion.
You're not a fan of progress bars, are you? Because I'm not. Like, no. I don't see the point of them. Like not on like. I just find them a bit much. Like I just want it really simple and just see how am I doing? Am I doing okay? Cool, good, fine. Am I not doing okay? Oh, okay. Oh, is she back?
Yep. There we go.
We didn't scare you with the word. We didn't scare you with that question. That's fine.
I'm like running around like, oh my god, what happened? The internet dropped. I don't know. The Wi-Fi just left the building. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We were just going through a couple of things in the chat. Okay. Where are we? What questions do you want answered? Sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I was just looking through the chat. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All caught up. What was the last thing you heard?
The last thing I heard was my home base. Wow. And yeah. Oh dear. I don't know.
Okay. So, I think the question went to, do you use your sidebar?
I'm too new to say yes or no, but okay. I am of both minds. Like I don't need to, and also I don't mind if I have to.
Okay. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I have a preference not to.
Yeah.
But that's me. John's the same. I wonder where John got that idea from.
If you go back to my one of only 10 videos on my YouTube, I said I wanted to go down to 2 to 3 clicks to get anywhere. So shush and shush. There we go.
Yes, the global bar, I do love that idea. And also because I'm somebody who gets easily distracted with things. And if you're having to sort of toggle and look through, like I can, you know, those things are triggers and you're like, ooh, I forgot to look at this and I should go. So yes, I wouldn't mind sort of eliminating the sidebar.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you could use like the tab bar, you could use pages or anything. I have reshared your page or your screen to the stream. You can see the little bar at the bottom. You can hide that as well. Or you can see the StreamYard in the background as well. It doesn't matter. I've shared the actual like StreamYard thing on stream as well, so it's fine.
Here we go. Full screen.
So actually, Jonathan, do you want to walk through this? As you've got loads more experience than I do with this.
Was that a bit of a bitter comment from because someone said that the other day?
Of what, a bitter comment?
Yeah. Because someone said people are more. I'm the one. I can't remember who it was, but someone said that I had more experience building it out with people, or you like building live on stream because I've done that 2 or 3 times now, having to build like a dashboard thing on stream, or are you just being better?
Well, you just looked like you were sitting there doing nothing, so I figured I'd make you do something.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you want to see first?
I want to see what I need to do.
Okay, so that would probably be your task list first?
Yes.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to pull in a linked database. If you want to add a heading first, add a heading first because it just looks nice. stay on this page. So this is where you can jump in and kind of just have it, what you want to look at it as.
What would you say? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Another nice little shortcut is to use 2 hashtags to do different size headings. So 1 hashtag is heading 1, 2 hashtags is heading 2, and 3 hashtags is heading 3. That will make
markdowns
faster.
You teaching markdowns before a linked database?
Yeah, why not?
Shortcuts are. Is that hashtag before or after the word? Okay.
So before the word, you can do 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like, he's moaning at me now. Okay, so what do we do with that database? We can leave it.
Delete it?
No. Delete that database. No.
I would probably make it the second column. Just put it next to the heading. That way it's on the same line. There we go.
So underneath the tasks, you're going to use /linked.
This one?
Create linked database, the one below.
Okay.
And now what you're going to do is you're going to search for your tasks.
I'm assuming that's the 1 tasks.
Oh yeah,
no. 8. No, that would be this one. No. I don't know. Hold on, let me think. I don't think I have a.
Go into your database page and have a look to see what it is, and you can also copy the link for it then as well.
I was going to say that as well. Yeah. So tasks, there it is.
Are you guys making fun of me already? Stop.
Like when he said this, I was like, this is going to be dangerous because either she's going to know exactly where it is or she's going to do exactly what we do and go, now which one is it?
So I told you I'm like a digital hoarder. So I have I just go and find people's templates just to get ideas from them. So there's like a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, so how much information would you like to be able to see on this tasks, or would you like it to just be a very simple, just like these are the things I've got to do today, kind of like a to-do list, check off, check kind of thing?
To-do list. I only want today.
Cool. So what we're going to do is so this is your link. Do you understand what a linked database is? Or,
yes.
Cool. That's right. I don't have to explain what that is. So first of all, we're going to add a new view and we're going to change it into the list view because that's the most minimal view that you need to see. So click on list, create. And then what we'll do is we'll get rid of that other view because otherwise it'll keep popping up to that view. So that's the table view. Perfect. Okay. And so now we're going to add some filtering so that you only see today's tasks. So if you go over to the 3 dots on the far right hand side over there, and then you click filter, and you're going to add a filter, and done is not complete or complete. I think it's actually complete. Yeah, complete is unticked or is not ticked. It depends on how you like it. Cool. And then you're going to add another filter because we're going to have it so that it's filtered to today. So now what you can do here is you can actually select is, and then under exact date, change that to today. Now, obviously, we're only now going to see tasks for today, but what about overdue tasks? So we're actually going to change that is today. You know where it says is on or before today. So now you'll see your overdue tasks as well.
Lovely.
So we get some tasks too. Is that okay for you so far, Danny? Did I do it your way, Danny? Did I do it how you like it, Danny?
No, you didn't. I would have done the is on before adding today a bit. Ha.
And then one more thing, we're going to show the tick box so you can just check it off straight away. So if you click on the 3 dots and then click on properties and then open up complete. Now this is a question for you, Danny. Do you see the date for today? Because I don't. I've turned that off.
I personally don't because I know it's for today, and I also have so this is for me, I have my project related to the task showing instead of the date. So I would, go into exactly where you were, and then I personally would untick the date and then tick the project, so I can see what project the task is related to from my view. But that's me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do now.
Why don't you want to see the date?
Because this only shows you today or before. So it only shows you that stuff that is overdue. And so, okay. So you want to put, so what I think both me and Danny do, we put complete at the end. So that no matter how long, so in the ordering of the properties, drag the complete right down to the bottom, because then that is the last thing you always see. So it doesn't keep jumping around and it just looks cleaner.
Okay.
For me in this view, I don't know about you, but I'd like to go top down. So I like to see my most important task at the top and then least important at the bottom.
Okay.
Is that the same as you, or would you want to? Yeah. So you can go into sort and then sort the database by either the date of the task or the date of the project, but we can work that out later. So you go into sort and then change the property to the date. And then, yeah, whichever way it works. Do you actually remember, Jonathan, which way around this goes? I always show the date so I can work out whether it's ascending or descending.
Yes, so do I.
Well, these are the same dates, so that doesn't really help. I think it's it would be the newest tasks. So the overdue. I mean, I guess ascending would be the oldest tasks are at the top.
That would be my guess. I can't remember, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm no good with that.
Check your Notion, Jonathan, to see what it is.
I'm going to. Ascending. I put it on ascending.
Ascending.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me take that off then, and then sort. Okay.
Sweet.
So just to bear in mind, if you push like the add button at the bottom of this, it will add a task, and because of the filter, it will also add today's date onto it.
Yes, I was learning that. Okay. So yeah. Okay, got it. I had understood that when I was doing I was adding resources in, and I had a sort on there, and it kept putting like a tag on there, and I was getting really frustrated. Like, why is this doing that? And it's because of the sort.
We've been there.
Yeah, the auto adding filter. I think we've all been there. You add something and you're like, why isn't it showing? Or why is it showing?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be a filter or a sort or something going on in the background. You're like, oh, I forgot I did that.
And speaking of that, I mean, how do you have any experience with batch actions on Notion? So like batch adding tags or batch adding, or moving things over.
Just highlight the tasks, right click, type the. So you would highlight the tasks. So white space, just highlight all the ones you want. Then you would literally right click, and then you would go, and then you would type the edit property, and then you can change the property there, or even just type the property you'd want to change.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes. It does.
I'm just going through chat, and it seems like everyone's sort of like agreeing with what we're saying. Oh dear, yeah. Lizzie's just made a very good point in chat. Glad native English talkers do not know ascending and descending either. Look, I know what
No. That's not true. I know what they are, but you added numbers in it, and so that's a problem.
Exactly.
It's the numbers. It's the numbers
Yeah.
That's the problem, not the actual word.
Okay, so we have our tasks. I would assume. What else would you like to see on this homepage? What do you need to see when you wake up every day?
I need to see, something beautiful. And no, I'm just kidding. I need to see, what I'm doing. Probably it would be nice to see what's coming up, just to see what my week looks like, or I don't know, have an idea of where we're heading.
There's a couple of options. So for me, I have a calendar view below my task. So I have exactly that. And then I have a calendar view of all my tasks. I have them filtered for events, but you could have them for tasks, so you can see what's going on in the week/month. Or you could just have another list view that's next to that you can say tomorrow, and then all you'd need to do is change the filter for tomorrow or the next week and filter the information for that.
Okay. I'm thinking if I have a task, so like if I look at my list and I'm like, this is too much, is it easiest to have, like you said, just take that task and move it over to tomorrow, or is it better to have the calendar? Like I want to spend much less time thinking about what I should do and just being led to do it. So if I see something, I want to just be like, I need to move this somewhere quickly now. What would you suggest?
If you're moving it to tomorrow, then the list works fine. If you're moving it to like next week or in like 4 days or whatever, then a calendar works easier. So for me, when changing dates, the calendar view is much easier because you can see that whole month and you can drag stuff all over.
Okay. I will. I'd like so calendar then.
Nope.
So it would be linked. It would be a linked view because you still want all the data.
Okay.
Yep. I'm so glad you did that. Yep. So so if you were to drag one of those tasks across to tomorrow, just as a demonstration, it should filter out of the list above. Why doesn't it?
Oops.
Why?
What just happened?
You can get rid of that one. So go back to the filter of the list view.
Oh, because this is on or before. It's still before. So let me just.
Oh yeah, because today's date. Yeah. There we go. That makes sense. I had I assumed they were today, not before. And I was like, that should have disappeared. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Notion does still work.
I have a defective one. Send it back. Yeah.
Okay. So you've got tasks on or before, and then you can reschedule through the calendar.
Okay.
Would you want to see all of those tasks on the calendar? Because I imagine you're going to have quite a lot of tasks.
Oh, yeah. Do I want to see all the tasks? How would you, it's a hard question to answer because I don't see them all right now, so I don't know how it makes me feel. But okay, so I'm going to try to start implementing a 30-minute sort of review and plan out my day. And I guess maybe seeing it would be nice to just see how much I have on my plate and whether or not I'm being, if I'm scheduling too much. Like if it's like, okay, actually, Jenea, you have all the stuff to do and you're not going to be able to get that done. It's not realistic. I say yes to everything. And this is probably why I'm in the situation I'm in right now, which is like.
So would you like to be able to see done tasks as well? Because
no.
So that's a filter we need to add.
Okay.
You're reading my mind, John.
No, our spaces are just that similar.
Because someone copied someone else.
Yes, you did. I'm glad you admit that.
Is that the filter that would be?
Would you like to see all the tasks for infinity, or would you just like to be able to see the ones for the next month?
Because at the moment you can see all the tasks in the past that are not done as well. Would you want to see all of those as well on the calendar?
No. Oh.
Because you still technically need to do them so they would show.
No, I don't want to see that because they should be, honestly, I would rather them be here so that I do them. And here's more so for me to plan and know hey, there's a lot going on this day. You should probably not have too many things done. So seeing things that are overdue probably would not help make that decision any better or easier. So no, I don't.
So would you like to see them within the next month, within the next week, or would you like to just see all tasks that are after today?
All tasks that are after today.
Okay, select the filter.
We did discuss, by the way, for those watching, we did discuss at the beginning whether she liked learning or not. So it's not like, there you go figure it out. It's like she's genuinely interested in learning how it works.
Yeah, we're not just like really, really lazy.
Oops, wait, is
you're nearly there.
On or after? Yeah. Okay.
We all make
Is that right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Today is on or after today. Okay.
Yep. And you can test that out by just adding a task in either on or after today, in either database, because they're both the same.
Okay.
There you go.
Great.
And there it is. Okay. Is it as complicated as you thought it was going to be?
No, it's not. I think it's just nice to bounce ideas off of other people and just like, hey, have you thought about this yet? Or because when you're looking at a blank slate, it's lovely. Like, it's nice to be able to customize it. But then it's also really like, oh my, like what should be here? And it, I just have to remember this is also temporary. If this doesn't work, I can change it. But I just need to know like how to do it and why. I really like to have, Danny, I'm like fangirling out, but like I do like that you do things with intent, and that's something I'd like to do more of like, why is this there? Do I need to see? Do I really need to see this? Do I need to have this? Like, get rid of it, and that's sort of really where I want to be, because I think that would help do things faster and more efficient.
Yeah, I mean, you quite literally have an identical view of my dashboard, except you don't have the orange like borders, but then that's me. And then you don't have it.
So that's the other thing is that I do a lot of stuff on my phone, and I did actually follow along with your video and add the dividers and things. It doesn't look good on mobile.
No, they're nasty. They are nasty on mobile.
It doesn't look good, so I can't. That it wouldn't work for me.
Okay. See, I mean, I don't use Notion on my phone, which is why it worked for me. But then when I drag it from my laptop screen, which I'm currently looking at, to my computer screen, there's this white space at the end. So I'm like, Notion stays on laptop, so it looks good. Everything else happens over here.
Yeah. So the other thing is, would you recommend? So remember, earlier I was saying I need a way to capture things quickly. Would that be something that you would put on your home screen of like, okay, so at the moment, my client generally gives me projects and things to do either via WhatsApp or via email. Those are the two main areas where I get things that I need to get done. And so on WhatsApp, I just sort of star the message so I can go back to it and try to remember it. But sometimes that doesn't really work. I just need to be able to like quickly just like chuck it somewhere and then deal with it. Because at the moment I've got tasks in WhatsApp and email and Notion, and I just want to find a way to put it somewhere quickly.
So I know for me, the way that I use Notion is I have a scratch pad. So it's basically just like an empty space where I can put blocks. And that's where I put my like miscellaneous quick add inbox tasks, because if I put it in my database, then it means I've scheduled for it, because it's going to put the date on it. And I don't necessarily want the task to be, right, you need to do it today, because then every task that I get is going to suddenly be today. So I leave it in my scratch pad, like just empty text box. So it's there and I can see it on my dashboard, but it doesn't mean I have to action it. What it means is I need to plan for this thing. So I can't forget the task, and it means I have to plan for it. But you could put it straight into the database if you wanted. It's just...
Yeah, I think I'd rather just have it there. I guess I need to make like a big flashing red border, like do something with this. You know what I mean? Because what I'm afraid of is that I'll just like chuck it somewhere and then I'll not action it. And I don't know if it's better to just get in the habit of like immediately you get a task, you get a project, and you just put it in there. And that's nice to say, but like, is that sustainable? Is that something,
So for me, clients give me tasks I have a client dashboard where they assign me tasks as just a checkbox. So it's just a really simple checkbox. They tell me what they want me to do and when they want it done by. I then assign it into my task database when when I do my planning. So I have a set date when I do my client work, and I have it. They just add it in their client portal as a very simple checkbox, and then I drag it into my Notion dashboard when I know when I'm going to plan to do it, when it's going to be actioned, etc., etc. So it's similar to Danny, but I have a to do, because then I know it's a to do, not just a note.
I mean,
or an idea kind of thing.
I was going to say they're essentially the same principle, except for me, I don't have like the clients message me from all platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, like everywhere, and that goes into my Scratchpad. So instead of them giving it to me on a Notion like client dashboard, like they're giving it to me, and then I put it into my space because they all have their own spaces. So it's the same mechanic, just different inputs, whether it's from the client or from yourself.
Did you say you have this is on your dashboard, or it's a different
No, it's on my dashboard. So I have a column. So my task database that you've got there, I have that as a column. So that's like shrinked to one side, and then I have my flashcards, notes, and then just a Scratchpad. So if you go if you click on tasks, just so you're there, and then just push enter a couple of times, so you can just
here
enter, and then push enter a couple of times to create some text blocks, and then you can make the columns with the text blocks. So
she's already got columns. She's already got columns.
Yeah, the data.
Not with the task database.
No, but with the database, she already has columns.
Okay, do it that way. Yeah.
I'm confused. So wait. So should I drag this next to the database right here? You mean? Or no?
Drag the task database you've got underneath the task title.
Underneath the
task title. Because you've got the heading. Just
kidding. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Seriously. God.
That was funny. Like, I'm not used to having like a header with the columns, because for me it's like I've got my bar at the top, so I always have to make columns.
Of course, yeah, you do, don't you? You weirdo.
Yeah, I always have the bar at the top, so we have to make the columns. But yeah, so you can get rid of the text block that you've just added, unless you want 3 columns.
I don't know what I want.
If I were in your shoes, I would remove that date. I would actually put that database, if you want to have a separate database page. There's 2 ways you can put it. You can either put it in the sidebar, because you're never going to really look at it. Not very often.
I think it. What is going on here?
You're already in your home base.
Oh, I'm looking for this. So it's already like.
No, it's not in your sidebar. It's inside of your home base. So what I'm saying is to have it as like a master page.
How do I do that?
So you would just. Oh, can you just drag it down?
Yeah, just drag it out.
Yeah. Under. Okay.
Yeah.
Like here. No.
Outside of the page. So it'd either be on top of the database or in there.
There you
like
go.
That? Okay.
Yeah. And so that just has it there, so that, because you don't, like, I certainly don't. I don't normally go to that page. I find that page really like too much, if that makes sense. Like there's so much information, and so what I do is I have different dashboards which do different things. I'm playing with the visual one at the moment, but like you can have different dashboards that can do different things. Hence, like the tab bar at the top, or
Okay.
That's basically like the behind the scenes of everything. So that's like all the wires and all the bits and bobs that's going on, but you don't really need to see that.
I can't see anything. I feel like I'm talking into the ether or something. I'm gonna like move this over and sneak into. That's not helpful.
Hello.
Yeah.
What I could do, if we bring us all back on stream, so you can come over, like come to StreamYard. So it's just
come join you.
Yeah, you can come join us. So we can sort of have a bit of a chat and sort of like a catch up. I'm going to read through chat whilst Jonathan holds the stream for a sec.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thanks. No pressure. I was just looking through there as well. It's kind of interesting seeing what everyone's kind of.
What is everyone saying? Uh-oh.
I had everything on. I had it on big screen, so I was like full in on Notion. Now I'm like, oh wow, I'm miles behind.
There's a couple of good questions when you eventually catch up. You know, it's
yeah.
So, how are you feeling about the setup so far? Like, what's feeling good? What's not feeling good? What's missing at the moment for you, if anything?
Oh yeah, it's just. So I do a lot of work with obviously, like, yeah, we have so many different businesses and things, and so what I would love is to have a kind of dashboard or central place to find stuff. I do spend too much time, I think, like if someone's like, hey, where's that insert thing here, I'd like to just be able to be like, okay, there's a document, or this is a thing, or is there I mean, obviously we can talk about this later, not at all, but I know someone like Marie Poulin. She has a very robust Notion, which is probably what I'm gearing up for, because the businesses that I am involved in are actual, like, they're not, you know, rinky-dink businesses. They're very full-fledged ones that I think could be really helpful to have them. Basically, it's like building an intranet. Like, that's my goal for them, is to just have a space that's very clear, and it's like, this is where that thing is, go get it, you know, don't ask me for it. Like, it's very clear and you can do it there. So that would be something that I would love to ultimately do. But yeah, I mean, for this, I just dealing with recurring tasks is my huge thing. Like, I need to know how to deal with that. And you know, because with Asana, you know, you have the notifications and stuff, and it is what it is. Asana, I don't like just because the subtasks don't get notifications, and so you can end up, like I said, having things slip through the cracks, and that's just, I don't want that to happen. And so I'm just trying to find a way to have a sort of really solid setup, so that I know where everything is, I know what I need to be doing, and I know how to find, you know, I know how to, if my client says, where are we on this? I can say, we're here, and this is what I've done. Like, you know, kind of having an accountability partner or dashboard. Like, here's the snapshot of everything we're doing, where we are, this kind of stuff. So I just had a lot of stuff just there. So you can run with however you see fit.
So from what I heard, I was kind of like reading and listening at the same time, multitasking. It sounds like essentially you have your dashboard that we've kind of sort of like made, and I'm sure that will evolve and change over time. But when it comes to like a progress for the client, like, this is what we've got. Essentially, it's like you call it an intranet. It's like I think Notion called it a wiki. Is that what they call it? An internal wiki or a company wiki or whatever it is, to just click on the page and that's where it is. Is that what you have in your mind? Like a company wiki almost for the people you work with?
Yes. Yes.
That's definitely doable in Notion.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Ultimately, that's like the goal of just, because, you know, the guy I work for is brilliant, and he's one of those people who know, like, he has the ability to know of the 17,000 things that he's doing, and, like, you know, following up with them and stuff. Most of us don't have that. Myself, I definitely don't have that. So I just want to be on his level, and I want to, like, I'm basically trying to clone him, but in, you know, using a technology instead of like thinking that I'm going to become some superwoman, and just being able to, you know, because when you do free up the time of just, did I get that done? Oh my God, I had to check. Then you can be more forward thinking. And that's what I would like to be, is just like learning to spot problems before they happen, and you know, being more solutions oriented and growth oriented, rather than like, I didn't do this thing. So yeah.
There's definitely going to be I don't really know what to call it, but there was a period where it's like I built this thing in Notion, and I was like, I know it's going to tell me what to do, but I had to trust it. Like I was going like when I first was using Notion, I was like still going over in my head. I was like, is this really all I need to do today? And I'm like going to all the dashboards. I'm like, here it is. There it is. I can't wait. I must be missing something. And like I had to learn to trust my system. So even once it's built, like there's still that sort of like that bit of trust and going, yes, it will show up if it needs to be there.
Okay.
So yeah, if that does happen, it's normal.
Okay. Good.
Did you experience that, John?
Yep.
Yeah. You came in with a lot of questions. Have we answered the majority of them, or are there still like a few hanging
recurring tasks?
Recurring tasks is huge.
Yeah,
because
that
I have a lot
was
of them
in my head.
Yeah. So let me just look at my notes just to see. Recurring tasks, tasks that are not actually part of a project. How do you deal with those? How do you categorize them?
I don't.
You don't. See, I have tasks
they appear on my homepage. They're done. Like they appear on my homepage to do. Sorry. So even if they're not related to a project, I still see them and I just get them done.
Okay.
In that end, but most, I know what Danny's going to say. Most tasks should be related to a project.
I was going to say, do you want me to share your screen, you so-and-so?
Yes,
do you want to
please.
share because John, I've got your screen up, so instead of you talking about it, you could show it.
Sure. Have I got anything that I can't share? Hang on, give me one second. I can show this. To be fair, I can show the demo one because it's still it's blank, but you can see the point of it anyway.
Well, so yeah, like a yes or a thumbs up or something when you're okay, because I can see it and it hasn't really moved much.
Yeah, no, it hasn't because it's the new one that I'm remaking. So it doesn't have any data in it.
Okay, you're okay for people to see that, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure it wasn't like secret or anything.
No, I shared it on Twitter the moment I finished it. So this is going to be my new kind of dashboard kind of thing. It is really hard to talk to people when like they're not there.
Right?
It's gonna glitch out for a second while I just do all of this and do all of this, and then it's gonna come
Notion's like all over the place. See, two screens.
Yes, I know two screens.
Call yourself a professional streamer with your microphone and sound panels and stuff. God.
I do not have space. I used to have two screens, but the second screen was awful. Anyway, beside the point.
You haven't seen my screen, obviously, but yeah, mine's not exactly like you've seen the specs of my computer. You expect my screen to be good?
No, I don't. No, I really don't. It's painful. Yeah. So, I normally have this full view, so it's going to look a little bit weird at the moment because it's not a full view. This is just for my kind of a visual kind of reminder of things that I'm doing each day. Like that's the only reason why I have that there. But as yours, I have today or previously days, and that will just show up the tasks. And when I've completed them, that will show up any task, whether it's part of a project, whether it's part of originally a meeting, but I have my meetings as my tasks now. I'm experimenting with that. Like no matter what it is, it's going to appear here because this is my big, massive task database that's going to show me everything that needs to get done today. Okay. And so if I have say, for example, I have something that I need to get done that I haven't recorded. So, for example, send this to person, but I know I don't need to do it for another couple of days. I can just pop that in there randomly and it will disappear. No, it won't because the filtering's not been done, but it will normally disappear. And then it will come back when I need to see it. Okay. So for tasks that are like just in the ether tasks that occur anywhere and maybe somewhere and who knows, I just have it there inside of that section. So if that answers that question.
Yes.
It's so
well, I didn't know if it's bad practice to not allocate a project to a task, particularly one that's recurring tasks. I have a lot of recurring tasks that are not necessarily project based. They're just kind of things that need to get done. So I didn't know if.
Yeah. So a couple of people in chat have said that they relate it to like a personal project or a general project or something like that. And I mean, You can do that, but the way I see that is that's adding more work to what you need to do. Like, for me, it's so I have a template that's just got a red question mark icon. So I know any task that's in my database that doesn't have a project related to it is going to have a question mark. So the template is literally just a question mark. So I can add what the task is, put the date in, push the template, and I know on my dashboard all the question mark tasks are just things I need to do, but they're not specifically related to a project.
Okay.
And because of my sort, I sort by the due date of my project, so they're always down the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
So I know I need to do them, but I have things to do ahead of time. So.
Okay.
Do you want to hide my screen while I check to see if I can find anything that I can actually show that's more useful than just the demo one?
Yeah, that sounds good. And you sharing your screen is better than me because you know my computer at the moment with the multi-streaming and it not working. You'll be waiting a while for my mouse to move.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to recurring tasks, Jenea, so it doesn't sound like a habit tracking thing, which I know is something else you brought up before stream. Are they consistent frequencies? So is it every week or every 2 weeks, or is it like a first Monday of the month or a first day of the month type thing?
All the above. Yeah, that's what I watched.
Sorry. Just fell apart. That was really funny. Yes.
That's why when I watched the video, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to do this." Yeah.
So you could do it with formulas, but they're not fun.
Yeah.
There are a few different ways you could go about doing it, and I think we'll go through it in a minute when Jonathan's finished faffing around with his screen.
You can carry on. I'm just trying to see if I can.
You're still going? Okay. So obviously with the ones that are like the next month, if you have it in a calendar view, you'll have to like drag the task to like the end and then click the next month and then drag it to go through.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a process. For the weekly ones, that's okay, because if you can see it in the month, you can just drag and drop. You could have a select property in your tasks that just say recurring, and then you can just change the date on the task. So you could have a filtered view for recurring tasks, however many there are, and the date of the task will show up in your to-do list. Okay. When you've done it, you can go into the date and then manually put where that thing is.
Wait, I'm gonna write that down because I'm like, that sounds like it could really work. Hold on.
That avoids.
Actually, you know what? I'll just rewatch the. I won't get into.
We can do it in a minute when John. Yeah. We can do it in a minute when John's. It looks like he's ready. You ready?
No, I'm just trying to think. Well, actually, yeah, I can show this. I just can't open anything. I could create a dummy client if needed. Yeah. So you're talking about kind of like the client side of things.
You said dummy client. Sorry. that relates to our first podcast episode, dummy page. You said dummy. I was like, right there. Dummy client. I don't think your clients would like you for that one. Sorry, carry on, John.
You're so off. Okay, so I have a specific page that is just to see.
Am I sharing this? Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah, they won't mind. So I have a specific page for like my clients. So I do a lot of tech retainer work, and so if I can't go to my homepage. So from the top here, you'll be able to see that there's this whole like tab bar, and on the top here is like the retainers, and so I can just click on there, and it will take me to this page. This is a dashboard inside of my retainer, kind of dashboard inside of my Notion, and so I have all of the people here that I'm like helping. So this is kind of like my CRM, but I use it for more than just a CRM. I use it for like project work and everything, like people I like to follow, people who I respect and look up to. Danny's not in there.
Wait, Danny's the other Danny.
I was reading the comments and heard my name.
I had to go there. I just had to.
You insulted me somehow, didn't you?
Yeah. And so we have two main templates. I have kind of like the catch-all client portal, which has, so going back to the kind of intranet topic, like I have a welcome page. Now, unless they're Notion clients, I don't tell them this is Notion.
Okay.
Because they don't care, as long as it's, so what I either do is I share it as a page to them, invite them via their email, however they want to receive it, they can receive it like that. And so I have kind of a page which welcomes them, and like there's a place for all the projects that we're working on, the meetings, the client action steps. This is what I was talking about previously, where I assign them tasks this way instead of the other way around. The retainer one's a little bit different because they can assign me, but this is just a general portal. Let's open this as a full page.
You get a notification or any, like, how do you know? Do you have to keep going back and checking whether they've checked that off, or?
They're instructed to tag me, and if I'm tagged, I'm notified.
Okay.
So inside of like the interaction guide, which I give them everything. I tell them what to do, how to communicate with me, how to contact me. Like, if you're clear with your instructions, they will follow them really well, and they will tag you. Believe me, they'll tag you. On any page, you can have a comment. You can add comments. That's just hovered up here. Whether it be on a database, it's automatically shown. I'm just going to quickly create a page. On a separate page, you can have it shows up here. And so you can see these comments wherever you need to. And that's how I kind of communicate. I don't use WhatsApp or like Slack, because I like that asynchronous conversations. If they need me in an emergency, they have like emergency contact details, like my Voxer, so they can Vox me. But so help me, I could not cope with my wonderful clients messaging me all the time. I have 2 children, so no. And so I have very clear boundaries set out inside of my interaction guide, and they have the information and they have all that data and knowing how to do something. And this is a template, a database template inside of my client database.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a
so the one up there, the one up there that he's got on his screen is me. So I've just mentioned him in a page, and now he's got a 1, so he's got a notification for that.
There you go, see?
Okay.
So he's just tagged me. Is it safe to look?
Yeah, it's literally just your name.
And so he's tagged me, and it says my name and says, hey, it's you need to tag me. And then once it's done, just resolve, and then you're fine. And like with your tasks as well, you can very easily, I need to very quickly do that. There we go. I just like, a moment there. And so like in the like task assignment for them assigning me a task, this is just a little bit nerdy here. So they assign it here. You'll see these databases here. My task manager's there, my meeting manager here. Clients cannot see that. That's only for me to see. So if a meeting happens with a client, and then I store all like meeting notes inside of Notion as well, give them a recording. Some of my clients have recordings of calls because I often do work. I build Notion systems on a call, and then they go and review it afterwards. I can just drag and like create a copy of that page inside of their own section.
So that means, so it's not updated. Like you have to go and copy it, and then that'll be the new updated copy. It's not dynamically updated.
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a task to remind you to do that?
No, I have a virtual assistant.
You do? Okay.
Being realistic, I have a virtual assistant to do it for me. She loves to do stuff like that, so I don't need to. But like it's very quick. So if they've got like complete this task, I just go in and I just drag it in. Like it's fast, it's very quick, and you can drag it straight back out again. It is very rapid and fast. Kind of, it looks like it's going to take ages, but you can highlight multiples and just drag multiples in. Assign the dates. This looks horrible because it's like that, but you can assign everything inside of here, and as slow as you think it is. At first, it'll feel slow, but it's not. If that makes sense. Danny, do you attest to that same thing? You're not paying attention, are you?
Workflow, yes, I do. I mean, I'm looking at all the recurring task things, and there's so many different ways to do it. But yeah, I would do the exact same thing. I mean, I drag and drop my tasks into a database because it's quick that way. And with my scratch pad that I mentioned before, if I'm typing something out in a text block that's next to it, if I want to assign it to my database, I just need to click and drag and drop because my database is already in my dashboard because they're in the same place. It's just like there. So I just drag it. And then because my database is filtered for today, I've then assigned that task to today by just dragging it over. So everything's done. So the date is put on there. Let's go there. Yeah, so the date is put on the task. I talk with my hands and I'm like, you've changed it. I need to stop talking because I can't. Like in the what is it? The video I did, I realized like I'm talking like this all the time, like my hands are everywhere.
It's a learning process. It's fine. When you have millions of subscribers and you go back to this, you're gonna do like a react video. Reacting to my first video.
Believe it or not, I don't know whether Bass is still in chat, but Bass does YouTube. Yes, he must be. Tools on Tech. So I've put up I think 110 videos now on about Notion on YouTube in the last about 5 months. But I have 76 unlisted YouTube videos that I've done beforehand. Yeah. So my first video that is currently published was actually like my 80th video or close to it.
All right. Cheeky.
If I was to do that, I'd probably dig out the old video. I mean, it's still on YouTube. It's just unlisted, so no one can see it. But yeah, it's a long process. You saw it. Yeah. If you even see that video, like, who's that? Is that really this person? Like, it could literally be anyone. I was going to say something really important, but I forgot.
Recurring tasks?
Yeah, that was like on my mind, but I had something else that I was going to say, but I can't remember. I think, it was about the scratch pad. So I treat my scratch pad as like almost like a brain dump space of just putting stuff there. So even if I don't necessarily think I'm going to action it, I'll still put it there. Or if it's something that sort of just comes to mind. So sometimes when I'm doing a task, especially in Notion, I may think, oh, that could be really cool. And instead of trying to explore that, I'll just write it in my scratch pad and then carry on with whatever I'm doing. Then when I go back to my dashboard, which will normally be when I finish the task, I can look through it. And that's where I can go, actually, do I really need to do that thing? Or do I really want to do that thing? Rather than putting it in my database straight away. And then it's sort of, I haven't, but I like subconsciously have told myself I'm doing this task. Where if it's in my scratch pad, I know I need to make a decision whether I'm going to do it or whether I'm not.
Okay.
But that's me playing tricks on myself in my head.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Before we tackle recurring tasks, I think habit tracking is much simpler to do. So we'll attack that one first because I think that one can be done fairly, very quickly.
By the way, Roxana that was on, I loved her. I love the idea of like the different colors, and it's a nice way to see immediately like how consistent you're being. I thought that was brilliant.
Is that with the project with the gallery view, or
yes.
are you talking? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what she was tracking, or like I guess she had a lot of formulas there as well, but it was green and yellow and some other thing.
The daily journal thing.
The daily journal.
Yeah, I've just because that's one thing that I would love to see is just you think that you're doing things, but you can actually see like, are you being consistent? And you can sort of see a snapshot of the whole month of like, actually you've had more off days than on ones. So you need to reevaluate yourself.
Exactly. And that was kind of going to be my I guess it's really the only question with habit tracking is the tracking part itself is very, very easy. It's just have a have a property in a database and just tick the boxes. But how would you want to see that? Do you want to see just like a load of tick boxes, or would you want to see something like Roxana's with the green, yellow, red?
You asked You asked me that with a bit of trepidation. Yeah, I think from the way my brain works is that a bunch of tick boxes doesn't really help me. It's not. I guess I'm not turned on by tick boxes. I am turned on by patterns, and I think what I saw there was just like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a pattern here. That helps me be more action oriented rather than, okay, I did that. Okay. Or I didn't do that. Or there are 4 boxes out of 7 checked. That doesn't give me anything.
Yeah. That's what I thought. It's just, I know some people that like that and some people that don't. It's kind of like peanut butter, really. You either like it or you don't.
Who doesn't like peanut butter?
Thank you. Oh, of course you don't. Of course you don't like peanut butter.
Who doesn't like what? That's like saying you don't like
chocolate.
Weirdo.
Anyway, I would say I've got like a nut allergy or something to make an excuse, but I don't. So yeah, no, I just don't like it. I've tried it I've tried it smooth, crunchy. I've tried putting it with loads of other things. I just can't. No, it's just nasty.
Wow.
Yeah, we're like this is going into a peanut butter kind
of. Right. So I'm assuming like from this you'd want the colors. I'm guessing the template would make the most sense, like the same way as Roxana, with having a template for green, template for yellow, template for red. So you can look at the end of the day and go, click that one, that's the color, done. Would you still want the tick boxes to say that you sort of like done things throughout the day, and then at the end of the day just go in and go, this is how many I've done? Like 5 out of 7 is a green, 3 out of 7 is a yellow, 1 is a red.
So is that an extra step? I was thinking that you're tracking that, and as you track it, it changes. Like I don't want to have to. If I have to go and then tell it to do that, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like I need it to just know. Like, okay, there are 7 things that you want to do daily, and you did 3 of them. That means you got you got a yellow or an orange or whatever. But I don't want to have to tell it that. Like I want to click it or not click it, and then it automatically. At least I thought that's what hers did. Maybe I'm mistaken.
So from memory, John, correct me if I'm wrong, but she has tick boxes, and then she has a formula at the end that tells her how many she did out of however many there are, and then she looks at that and goes, "Oh, okay, click this template." So throughout the day, she was ticking the boxes off as she did them. Roxana, if you're in chat, please correct me. She was like ticking them off as she did them, and then she had a formula to tell her how many she had done. And the formula could be a green, yellow, red dot, but it's like a small dot in a formula box, not the gallery view, which is what she uses. And then she clicks on the gallery, on the template for it to show in the gallery. You could just have a formula box that says green, yellow, red, and it work out for you. But then that's formulas, not a template.
Oh dear. You know what? Let's just start with the easy stuff. I'm okay with staying in my lane and working things out slowly. So I don't mind the tick boxing and doing it, sort of easy.
I mean, either way, you're going to have a database for habits and then just tick boxes. It's just whether you have a template in it or not, or a formula in it or not. So,
okay.
Right. So, do you want to get your screen up so we can see? I can see you're currently looking at us. Why have you just unshared your screen? You know it doesn't matter.
I just have.
It's just habit.
Yeah.
Right. You are now sharing on stream. There we go.
Okay. So am I going to make another page, by the way?
So would you want to, for me, I have my habits on my dashboard, so I don't have to go anywhere, so I can just tick them off.
Okay.
Would you have them there, or would you want to go elsewhere to do that? I
can't answer that question, so I'll do it here and see how it feels, and then move it if it's not working. You put it up at the top then, I guess, or.
So I have my page structured as task list, and then I have my habits underneath the task list, but above the calendar. So right where you are, that's where I have it.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a database. Am I creating a?
That's how I would do it. Jonathan, would you do it the same? Just have a new database? Yeah. It really doesn't matter. I would probably go with a table view, so you can tick the tick boxes off straight away.
Okay.
Name it whatever, habit tracking, daily thingies. Yeah. Yeah. So you'll need a date property. Let's make the page.
The first one should be a date property.
That one has to be a name.
Name, right?
So
of course it does.
Yeah. Turn the. That's the way Notion works.
Okay.
And then essentially that's pretty much done. All you'd need to do now is add in properties for each habit. So if you change the files property for a checkbox property, and that would be habit number 1, whatever that is.
Okay.
And then for every habit, it would be another checkbox.
Actually, I would prefer to. How do you prefer to just use emojis here? I think.
You're a Mac, Jonathan. I don't know what the shortcut is.
I think it's Alt Command Space. I think.
No, that's definitely not it. Ah, go away. Okay.
I need my Mac right now. It's really bugging me.
I know what it is for Windows.
Yes, right. Control Command Space. Control Command Space.
I'm imagining someone's put it in chat.
No, I googled it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, if you
I need to remember
3 arrows there. 2
What's
arrows,
that?
sorry. On the bottom. Next
here?
to it. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oh my god.
And now just type in what you want it to be. So water. And it should come up with water. There you
go. Gail, you are completely correct. No Amazon subscription for peanut butter. That's not happening.
That's a beautiful idea. Thank you, Gail.
I will never suggest that. And thank you for the 4K sub notification as well. Yeah,
I will take any peanut butter Amazon subscription for Danny very happily. I will take that sacrifice as his friend.
What, the peanut butter or the money you get from the affiliate?
Both.
While you're going through those, I was going to say, while you're going through those, Jonathan, Igor was asked in chat about, Heath asked about a meetings manager. Do you want to quickly go over a meetings manager? What is a meeting manager?
It's basically how I manage my meetings. It's where I put all of my meeting notes. So unlike Danny, I have had a separate database for my meetings, purely because I wanted to be able to see all of the notes, see when I've won and lost stuff, connect it to my clients, stuff like that. And so that's what my meeting manager is. It's just where I see all my meetings that are upcoming. I connect them to my clients. I connect them to a project. If I have related tasks to do with that meeting, I assign tasks to that meeting. And that's how it works. Because one of my clients, we host a weekly kind of review meeting. And with my own retainer clients, once a month, I get together with them and we have a meeting. Inside of that, I assign tasks for both of us for that month. And so that's why I have a meetings manager. It's kind of like a notes database that is just for meetings.
I've seen you sort of like, you sit there, you do one, you're like, right, what's another one? You're sort of thinking there, and then
yeah, I can't find the exercise. What's happening? There's no exercise. You have to make an actual
muscle.
Yeah, I think everyone's done the same. Everyone uses the same emoji for it. There's no exercise, and then everyone just uses the
muscle. It's muscle.
Weightlifting one.
Okay, I got it. It's here. It just didn't. Okay, there it goes.
And obviously you can add and take and change and change those. So before you title the last one, if you add a filter to that database, actually add the date in for the first one. Just put today's date in one of those, in one of those days. Yeah. So add today. There we go. Yeah, today's date's in it. Because now when you filter out, that one's going to stay there rather than everything just disappearing. So if you go into the filter of the database and then filter for today. So add filter, date is today. Sounds like someone's getting called.
Yeah, sorry. Is that super loud?
It's not super loud. It's just like kind of in the background. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Right. So
it's not an aeroplane.
That is true. That is true. So what this now means is you're only ever going to have one row in there, but essentially that's today. So tomorrow, this lot will disappear, and then you push new, and then a new set of checklists will be generated that are blank.
I was going to ask you, like, so how does that work in terms of regenerating? So you just push new, and it'll all pop up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. Okay.
It's already got the date in there because of the auto filter.
Okay. So tomorrow when I come here, it'll just be, hey, push new, start tracking.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
That's why I said it's an easy creation, and because it's a database, everything will be tracked. So if you do this for, say, 2 weeks, when you go into the database view, or you can just unfilter it, however you want to see it, you'll then get every single day with all of those ticks and non-ticks.
Can we work on that for a second? How do I get to this? Gotta go there. Okay.
So it's going to keep the filter in that view. So you can either create a new view, like that, or you could do it in a linked database way, but the easiest way is just to add another view.
Okay.
Yeah, table view, and then it's
that's my boss already. It's like text. Gosh, what's happening to me? Okay, yeah.
So I would title the views if it were me. So one of them being like everything. One of them titled everything. One of them titled like today or something. So you know which view's what.
All dates. I'll just put that there for now. And then this is today's. I don't actually need that view, right? Like if I'm coming here, it's because I want to see everything, right?
You will need that view because you've opened that same view in the full page.
Ooh, yeah, just kidding.
You were just testing us, weren't you?
That's right. Oh, okay. So this is where the magic happens, I'm assuming.
Yes, so I mean, you for this, you can then see everything, like all the tick boxes. So all the days that you've done will be there. From there, you can then you can either add a formula in that gives you the dots at the side of the days, or you could add templates and then turn it into a gallery because it's a database. But that could be expanded in whatever direction you want.
Oh.
Okay. So the formula would be just one property at the end. If you want it to be a gallery, then it would be a template inside the database. But at the moment, it's working. It works right now. You will just see the tick boxes, whether you've done it, whether you haven't.
Okay, I'll stick with that for now because
it's functional. Okay. It works. It gets things done.
Okay. Okay.
Just make sure that you have a good habit with column 1. You want to make sure that that column 1 habit is solid every day.
You can add something in there to make it not blank, but I mean, essentially, it's just going to sit there. Oh, you're talking about the column 1. I was thinking about the name, but yeah.
I was like, wait, water? Right. Okay. Yeah, column 1 is really important. I forgot what I was going to put there, by the way. Now, oh well, I'll put it in later.
Tia's put the airplanes in chat from last week. Yes. I haven't seen Roxana in chat actually this week. Maybe she was just like, I just can't deal with the planes this week.
I just can't deal with these two another week in a row. We were on the call for too long. It's just too much. I can't deal with anymore.
She's falling asleep because I'm just that. Remember what we were saying earlier, but I haven't got the specific extent. Oh, okay, that was the extension link that Bass put in chat. So I think the last thing is recurring tasks, isn't
it? That you seem to be very hesitant to get into.
It's because there are so many different ways you can do it. And
can I see your? I want to see your face. I'm changing. Okay. I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, let's. There we go. You're not showing that. Oh, Jonathan's come here. Jonathan's like, yes. I'm listening. So I know you want to avoid formulas. So we will do that, because having essentially each one of the recurring tasks that you have would be a different formula, because you'd either need a different formula or you'd need a number property to say the frequency, but the frequency would have to be consistent, and yeah, it's just unneeded complexity. You could, so what Marie has done is has a template that generates all the pages, and then she drags them into her calendar. That's what she does at the moment. She said that, was it 2 weeks ago now, John?
Yeah. Something like that.
So, but I don't know whether
she does that. So what do you mean? So for example, she has all of her recurring tasks are in a template, and then she does that at the top of each month. Like she'll go and put them in, or what do you mean by?
Yeah, so she's got a button essentially where she pushes it, and then it generates all of her recurring tasks.
Okay.
And then she drags them onto a calendar view, and then that puts them in. I mean, that could work, but the friction point I would see with you is you would need to see, like, if it's on the same day of the month, then it's fine. But if it's like every 2 weeks or something, you'd need to see the one beforehand. So you might have to like go back and then go forwards to make sure it's on the right day or something. But I don't know all of your recurring tasks. Do you reckon that would work, or?
I think I like the idea of when the task is done, changing the date so that the task goes to where it needs to go. Because I think saying, okay, I probably need a task to do that task. Like, hey, you need to sit down and like generate these tasks and do it, rather than, hey, there's a task that, I think it was Roxana again, who had like I guess a block, like a blue block to show, hey, this is a recurring task. So when I see that on today's list, I know it tells me, hey, don't click this complete, change the date. Do you know what I mean? Like that to me sounds like a more seamless thing than being like, I gotta sit down. Like there's a friction in that. Like, I gotta sit down and put these, even if it is just 3 minutes, it sounds like a chore. I don't want to do it.
That's why we use keyboard shortcuts, because it saves that like 0.2 second of moving the mouse.
Yeah. Seriously, and it's those. But the thing is like it seems petty or whatever, but it adds up. You know what I mean? Like all of those little things add up, and you're just like, I can't be bothered. So I don't want anything that I'm like, I can't be bothered to do. It just needs to just be part of the flow,
This is like a proper, like, productive nerd out. It's just like, it's like a second of my life that I could be doing something else for. Like, yeah. Like
no, it's true.
Like, it adds up, and it does add up.
Yeah. So.
So I guess the question is, what would you want to signify it's a recurring task? Would you want an emoji, a select property, anything?
Let me look back at my Notion and just see. So if I'm sharing the screen with you again, or whatever, if I'm looking at my, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my dashboard and I have this list view. If I come here today, I need something that maybe just the emoji that that Jonathan uses, the sort of
the recurring
cycle, recurring emoji.
I think everyone that uses recurring tasks has that.
But I'm thinking it would be better to put that next to the checkbox just to make sure. So instead of it being, you know, an emoji at the top, it's better to, when I see it, you know, that I'm like, if I go to here, because eventually you'll be like, okay, that's done. But I wanted, you know, to signal, or maybe I should, I don't know. Something here, I think, would be better.
I mean, you could have both. You could just have. So what I would do is I would create a template.
Just have both.
Yeah. Well, because you wouldn't have to do this every time. That's the thing. Like, you would never have to do this again. You would set it up once, and then when you have a recurring task, new recurring task, done. Like, and it will automatically add the select property. It would automatically add the emoji. So you would do it once, and it's repetitive over and over again.
Okay.
So I would just have both.
Okay. So what needs to be? What needs to be next? Or I don't know. Help me out. I don't know what I'm doing. Or what's the next?
If you want it next to the tick box, you'd need to have it as a property in the database.
Okay.
And that property could be anything. It could be a text, a select. I would probably go with select, but that's my preference.
I would actually just use the status. You know, you've got a status property there. Mm-hmm. I would actually just add another option that says recurring. That way you don't need to have I would just have recurring as a status option.
That's a good point. Do you use the status? Do you use the board view or the statuses, or is it just...
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
And you can add the emoji to that as well, and then you've got the emoji there as well. It's just beautiful.
Oh gosh.
Control. There you go.
Someone put it
repeat.
I'm sorry. Oops. What have I done?
To find it, it's repeat. Not that I always use it at all. There you go.
What have I done? Oh gosh. Okay.
Could you have the text highlighted? But
all right.
I like the recycle emoji. Yeah, I think everyone uses it for the recurring tasks. Like, I'm just seeing it in chat. Like, yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna take that off of there.
So now you need to create a template which will automatically add that.
How do I do that? I've not messed around with that at all.
So open that empty page. That page is perfect. Let's open that one up. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be fun. Okay, you see how it says that? Click create a template.
Okay.
And then you're gonna just title it recurring task. Okay, now you're going to add the icon. So to get the icon, you hover above the title and click add icon. And now change that to be the beautiful repeat emoji. And then in status, you would set it to recurring.
Okay.
And you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. That's great.
Yep. Now go
Do I
back
have
out
to
of there.
click save anything? No, it's just...
No, it's Notion automatically says. And so now, all you need to do now is if you open that page up again, that untitled one, let's just say that's a recurring task. Click recurring task there. You see that little new thing that's popped up? You've got the status and you've got the emoji, and all you need to do is type what recurring task that is.
Lovely. Okay. I feel like I've just opened a tiny little portal. Okay, good. This is dangerous. I think the reason why I love Notion so much is because I like building websites, and this is kind of like building your own little website and sort of, very customizable. Okay.
Would you like to see? I'm just now going to start poking because this is fun. Would you like to see recurring tasks separate to your task database? You see your main tasks on the left-hand side, and then you're recurring on the other side.
You read my mind again.
It's good, isn't it?
I was going to ask the same question.
Because you could.
No, because it gives me too many places to look. I want to know what I need to do today. That's it. I don't want to have to look in two places. So no. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. But yeah, I just want to know.
We've just shown you the template the template ability in databases. So I imagine like in the next week you'll be like, right, template this, template this, template this.
Oh yes, I love it. I love being able to like, this is great. Oh, this is great.
That client thing I showed earlier was a template. So all of that information, when I click a button, populates. Like all of it. That, everything. Headings.
And you can and you have unlimited templates, or
yeah.
I'm on the free version. I don't know if that.
Yeah, unlimited templates now.
Wow.
Yep.
The only limitations you personally have is the ability to add more than 5 guests. 5 guests, I think it is. And the ability to what was it? What's the other one? Oh, upload files that are more than 5 megabytes.
5 megabytes, and then it's 5 members, not guests.
Members. I thought it was 5 guests.
Well, if it is guests, then it doesn't work. Because I've got way more than 5 guests. Actually,
you're not on the free plan, Danny, are you?
No, but when I was, because I had 2 accounts.
Yeah, it's 5 guests. And for members, it's just you on the personal plan.
And then obviously, when the API comes out, you won't have access.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys using Notion to store things? I kind of have tended, since I've already got stuff in like Dropbox or Google, I'm just why? All right.
Go on, John, you can go first.
I do store most things in Notion. What I do is I have it in Google Drive, but then if it's useful for my clients or for me to see, then I put it in Notion. But my Google Drive looks very similar to my Notion. I have a power setup, so like mirrors. It's a mirrored kind of view.
Okay.
So I store like big files inside of Google Drive, and like for PDFs, like if I have a PDF that I need to embed for whatever reason, if I want a visual view of a like thing, then I embed the PDF or I upload the PDF. I embed my video for like all the calls with my clients. I embed those because it's just easy to see there, but you don't need to. It's just
that. The technical term, the thing.
Yeah.
I'm very similar. I have pretty much everything in Notion. The only thing I don't have in Notion is my video files, and they're on my external hard drive.
Okay, got it.
That's kind of because my computer doesn't really hold anything else. Which Jonathan's choking on his water. Yeah, Jonathan knows where I'm at.
Have you bought that computer yet?
I guess the only problem with this, I'm just realizing the only problem with this view, I'm gonna have to turn on the dates in this situation, because you're saying from here I should change the date, right? Or I guess I'll just click inside there and change it.
You can right click. So if you right click on that date and then just type in due, I think it's what you've put or do.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually, instead of having to go down to the, this is a time saver again, in the filter actions, if you just type do instead of going down there, you would automatically show that up.
Okay.
There you go. Then you can change that.
Perfect.
I
do know how to spell, by the way. I use do as a different do. So
just from like a keyboard thing as well. When you've typed it in, it will automatically select the one at the top, so you can type it in, push enter instead of clicking it. I know this is really small and petty.
Wait, say that again. So if you do what now?
So if you go back into typing for the due date.
Okay.
Yeah, start typing.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically selects the one at the top, so you should be able to push enter and it goes straight to the calendar.
Love it.
It's such a small
okay, and if you really want to speed up, you can use command and forward. Forget it. And also highlight the. You can highlight the item and use command and forward slash to open that window anywhere as well on any block. So if you hit escape,
if you want to go shortcuts, John, we can get into this. The amount of keyboard shortcuts and markdowns. Whew.
Keyboard shortcuts are amazing in Notion. They're not as good as some other apps that we know of, but but they are really good, and they make working with Notion really fast. if you can spend some time learning the keyboard shortcuts, you will
definitely will.
The speed. It's alarming how fast you can get stuff done.
I mean, I know it's probably like when you're watching somebody who's new at Notion, you're just like, God, would you just, it's like, like I remember back in the day when, tab space was like the enter button, you didn't have to go and click if you're like chatting or whatever. That's just watching somebody do that kind of stuff. You're just like, oh, please learn the shortcuts. So yes, I understand. I understand the pain. I am sorry.
I mean, it's not just the shortcuts as well. It's navigating Notion. So some people, I mean, this may be me being quite petty. I watch a lot of Notion videos, and they're helping people understand Notion, which I totally get. But they make like 7 clicks to get to a page where they could have just gone through a relation or something. I'm like, you've made a relation in a database. Just click the page, click the relation, done. Instead, they're like, I'm going to go down my sidebar and scroll, and then open this toggle and open that toggle, and then go into the page and then scroll. I'm like, no. But yeah. Mini rant over.
Tia has a question.
Literally, I was about to say, actually, let's. Yeah, I had my mouse on the question, ready to push it. Go on then, John. Read it out as you know what the question is.
Okay. Do you have one master database for everything, or do you all separate categories out into separate databases and just link when needed? I have a master, but after a while, I'm not sure I like it. Are you talking about tasks, or are you talking? I think tasks. I have. Yes.
Pause for a sec, Jenea. You can come back off of Notion so you can see us.
Okay.
Just so I'd let you know.
Cool. Yeah, I was looking I was trying to look at YouTube on my phone, like seeing the comments. But yeah, okay.
If you go on there, you can actually see the comments. He's actually done a professional job and actually put it up on screen for change. She can actually see it. You're so immature. If you're talking about a master database for everything, no. I have 4/5 master databases, which is kind of like my projects database, my people's database, my tasks, etc. If you're talking about like the tasks, yes, I have one master task database, and then I just filter out what I don't want to see. The everything one. Okay. No, I have different databases. I think Daniel the same. We have like 3 or 4 key databases that we use all the time, which is kind of like the projects, the areas, or now I kind of renamed it dashboards because it's just dashboards, and resources, which is kind of like my brain dump, which is where I store all my notes and ideas and stuff I'm trying to work out. And then I'm missing one, which I can't remember, which is the which one am I missing? Danny, you like correcting me?
Well, I call my databases different to you. I mean, you've got your meetings thingy, but then you've also got like people's, like, yeah.
I have a people database, and I do have like.
This is why I came up with pants, so I couldn't forget.
Yeah, but the problem is that you don't just have pants. You have more than pants. You have like
trousers.
Sorry. You have like a C for like recur. You have loads of databases. You just pretend you only have. Anyway, forget it.
No, I have the main databases, but yeah. So
it's like we have main core databases.
Did I say projects?
Did I not say projects? So I have projects.
Yeah, because it's like projects, areas. For me, it's notes and then tasks. Those are the main 4.
Yeah.
Notes for clipping. Notes for clipping and retaining information, tasks for obviously doing everything, projects to make sure it's like categorized in the correct place rather than it just being like, here's 100 tasks you need to do. Like projects for progress, and then areas to categorize where the projects are going, because otherwise I just have the same sort of situation, just tons of projects. I'm like, okay, now what? But yeah, those 4 main databases, which I think Jenea had. She's got resources, tasks, projects, and areas. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a follower of Tiago Forte, so yes, I do have.
And what's really cool with Tiago Forte stuff is you don't have to stick to it strictly, and you shouldn't really stick to it strictly. Like, it is as flexible as you need, because, for example, archives, you don't need an archives database. It's pointless because you can just tick done and then it's archived and it's disappeared. And so, yeah, I very much believe have as many databases as you need, but no more.
Yeah, that you need.
If you can get rid of a database, get rid of the database. Otherwise, don't. It kind of has a separate purpose and a need.
Yeah, exactly. So, Jenea, I realise we're coming up on 2 hours, and I don't want to keep you like too long. If you do have somewhere to go, have we covered most of your questions, queries?
Yes, I mean, I have 1,000 questions and queries, but this should get me started and be able to build out something robust to where I can, get my stuff organized and going. So.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, so I've got Dimitri's coming on. Oh, I can't remember, 3 weeks, something like that. And he was on the live stream like a month and a half ago. So it's going to be interesting to see his change. So obviously we saw Roxana last.
Was he brand new as well?
Pretty much, yeah. He'd been using Notion, but he didn't have a roll-up in his space. He had like 2 relations in his space. So he wasn't completely brand new, but his space wasn't like built
You guys
out.
haven't taught me about roll-ups.
Go on, Jonathan.
Okay, you have your tasks connected to your projects, don't you?
Yes. Wait. Say that. Have my task connected. Yes.
You have a relation of tasks to projects. So if you're happy to share your project database, we can walk you through adding the roll up. This is probably the best roll up you can add, and it's completely.
I was going to go after that one as well, yeah, because obviously that's how I sort my. Right, I'm now going to share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go back into your database so that we can go and see your project. And we have to use the sidebar right now, but it's fine. We'll get there.
I think Max just put in chat, stay and ask more.
I'm surprised she's not sick of us. Okay, so if you can open up a project you're working on that you're happy for us to see something of. If you're not, then just open up a blank one and we can kind of work with it.
Okay. I'll just do this.
Okay, cool. So we're going to add in, we're now going to show you how many tasks that are completed versus how many tasks there are in total.
Okay.
Okay, so to do that, we're going to need to use 2 roll-ups. So a roll-up takes the... What are you going for?
That's not what I was thinking, but carry on.
What were you thinking? Now I'm intrigued.
Uh-oh.
I was just thinking roll up the date from the projects into the tasks, and then you could filter the tasks for the due date of the project.
That's true.
Wait, can we take 2 steps back and tell me why do I want to use a roll-up? And like,
Sure.
what's the hoopla about it?
A roll-up kind of takes data from like a task, data from another property, and combines it all together. So it kind of, I suppose, collates the information into a viewable source. You can view it in different places. So, for example, it can count how many tasks you've completed and how many tasks you haven't, and it shows it as a number.
Are you familiar with Excel?
Yes.
Do you know what a VLOOKUP is? HLOOKUP?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Most people are not familiar with that, Danny.
Okay, most of the people I talk to are, but yeah.
Well, I'm not.
Oh no! Oh
That's
no! Fine. Okay.
Don't worry.
I mean, I understood from the. I understood from the explanation. So,
yeah.
You just didn't like my explanation.
No, I was just like, because a lot of people that I know that use Excel like with advanced formulas, they associate a roll-up to a VLOOKUP or an HLOOKUP, where you're grabbing something from somewhere else and bringing it into a formula. But yeah, that's why I was going that way. But yeah, it's fine.
So let's add a property and pretend that Danny didn't say a thing.
I'm just not important.
No, even though it's your stream, but it's fine.
So
if not on the task one, so in the project itself, we're going to do it in the project itself. So if you look underneath where it says tasks in there, you're going to add a property and just click on that one. And you're going to call that done. Just call it done. Okay. And then you're going to select the property type is going to be a roll up. Okay.
Holding the R right there. Roll up.
Okay, so the roll-up needs to be connected to a relation. Sorry, a relation.
Bring it down an octave, John. Come on.
So you want to connect to the task. So if you want to click on that one and then click tasks, and then you're going to select the complete property, I think it is. So the property you're now going to pull in, you're going to show the complete. And then instead of show original, you're going to switch that to checked. Okay. And so now it shows you how many tasks are done in that list. We're now going to duplicate that. And to do that quickly, you can just right click that and click duplicate. And then we're going to go in there again. Once you delete that extra property. And this is total. So you won't need to do that again.
Okay, just put total.
Rename it total. Okay, now click into that property where it says 0 right now. And then you're going to click on where it says calculate checked. And you're going to change it to, you're going to just change it to count all. And so there are now 0 tasks done out of the 2 total. And so that's how you can see that. And then you can put that in, if you want to, into a formula and show that.
Okay. Wow. I just have 1,000 ideas. This is bad.
And so that updates for every single one of your projects from now on. You'll be able to see how many are done and how many and the total there are.
Okay. Good.
I can see the cogs turning. You're like, oh, oh, I can do this. I can do that.
Yeah.
And so we can do what Danny was doing as well, just to show you that as well. So you know where that blank column is in your tasks, down in the bottom right there. Yeah. You created an extra column. We'll actually create like project due just so that you can see that. So click on that.
I'm sorry.
Project due, and then you're gonna go from the text to the roll up again. So change property type to roll up.
I do that so much.
I know, so annoying. And then what you're going to do now is you want to find out when the project, like the time span you've got there. So when the project time span is. So to do that, you need to configure that roll up. So if you just click in any of the blank spaces that are there. So you need to select a relation for a roll up. So if you're looking for a project due, where would you go? I mean, it's quite a harder question because it's the only one there.
Just click project. He's trying to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny.
She was going to click it and then you kept talking.
I'll just sit quiet now.
See? You're making it stressful.
And so what you can do is you can show the end date. So you would do
any of the listed.
Yeah.
Earliest, latest, date range, the original, you can choose what you show. And because this is the task database, you can show this in your dashboard.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. This is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay. All right. I got it.
So for me, you know, when I mentioned about the sorting tasks on my dashboard?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have this roll up, but the roll up shows the due date of the project, and that's how I sort my tasks. So in my case, I have a video. So the video is the project. If the video, for example, is due today, well, if I say the video is due tomorrow, the tasks that are related to that will be at the top of the list because the video is due soon. If I have another video that's due like 3 days from now, they will be underneath the tasks for the video beforehand because it's sorted by project due date, not task due date.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that now. Is that so? Would that be like the latest? How would you?
I think I have so I don't have mine as a time span, but that's me. If you want your project as a time span, then you could pick. I would probably go.
I don't actually need it. I was just messing around with that. So how do I?
Yeah, so you would go up to the. I'm pointing at the screen as if you could see.
I did the same thing. I was like, go. Oh wait, you can't see.
So just pick when. So that's when the deadline is. So you'll want to set that as the deadline, not the time span. If you're going to follow along with what Danny and I do.
Okay.
Oh, you do it as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So the deadline was a month ago.
It really wasn't, but I'm just
and so you would just you can't share original because of formulas.
You should be able to because it's a filter.
Oh yeah, you can. So there are a few seconds.
I don't get it.
You would set it as earliest date or latest date. It doesn't really matter because it's the date.
Okay.
I swear I show mine as a. I'm going back to my space. I swear mine's original.
Is it?
I may be wrong though. Actually, no, I may have changed it for a formula. I can't remember. But yeah, because
you can just show the original. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because you're only filtering. You're not using a formula with it. This is John and I working backwards and forwards, by the way.
Yeah, this says this is the show original. And it has
Yeah.
the date. So
Go to your dashboard and check to see if it if you can filter for it. So it'll be a page. Yeah.
See, those are those few extra seconds that you're talking about. I need a task.
Is it command one? Is it command one for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this page is at the top of your favorites. When you push command 1, I think on Mac, it will go to the top page of your favorites. So it's like a shortcut to get back to your home page.
And that's from anywhere inside of your Notion.
Nice. So now I'm looking for
Sort
for
So instead of due date, it would be project due date first. So project due ascending. And then it would be the other one if you wanted to have it like that.
Okay.
So now it's sorting by project rather than the tasks. So if you've got more in there, then
it'll show. Okay. Good.
Wow, look at that. We've gone from no dashboard to a dashboard with roll-ups, multiple iterations of like linked databases, recurring tasks. Like, whew, we got it all going.
Nice. Yeah.
Do you have any lasting? Okay, no, that's a wrong question. Do you have any questions that you want answering before we finish? I know you have lots of questions.
Oh yeah. No, I think
just like take a quick fire round or something. Just ask questions and.
I was doing. This is a stupid one, but with the columns, is it you cannot have two databases next to each other? Is that right? Or because I was trying to do something and it wouldn't allow me to make a column, or is it that you can only have columns at the top part of the page? I don't know. It's doing something weird.
You can't drag columns first.
Yeah, you can't drag a database next to a database, but if you've made the columns, then you can put the databases in the column.
Because that makes perfect sense.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, to do that, you would just maybe put a header and then drag another header over, and then you can have the two databases underneath that.
Yeah. That's what I tried to do earlier with the two text blocks and moved them across because in my head, like, there was nothing. You know, when you had the two text blocks, you moved them over to make the columns.
Let me see. I'm just looking at my notes.
Other notes in Notion?
They're not in Notion. They're on my Apple. No, they're not.
I voice record all my notes on my phone.
Okay, I think great test. So just to be clear, going back to sort of collecting, because I think I've lost the space now. On your dashboard, do you have the sort of inbox or wherever you go to put your? I guess you've got 3 columns, though, don't you? So
I have 2.
You have 2. I'm going to put that here, or I might just call it a brain dump.
That's exactly right.
So I'm going to be extremely risky right now, and I'm going to try and share my Notion.
It can tell. It can tell. You started stuttering with your camera.
Oops. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I just made it.
Don't worry. I think I was about to do the same thing anyway. There we go. Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I know I haven't done anything today, and I've been busy doing other stuff. But yeah, so this is my Scratchpad here, and it's literally just a load of text blocks. So I can drag these across into the database to make them into a task, if I wanted to, of course.
What would you suggest? I mean, it's nice to be like Jonathan and have everything together. But my client, I am not going to ask, and it's not going to happen to have my client sort of, if whenever he needs to get a task done, to go and sort of put it in, it's just not going to happen. Somebody has 7 businesses. There's no way that they're going to be like, So if you sorry,
you could do it for them. So if you created client portals for them, oh, we're going to go even more advanced. Okay.
I know where you're going. Don't bother.
I want to, because it will solve the problem.
We don't have to do it, but can you just penny for your thoughts?
Talk through it, yeah.
So inside of the client portals, you saw my databases, which had my task manager in there. That was automatically filtered to that client in the template. So whenever I create a new client, that database will automatically assign that person or that project for me already. So all I have to do is create the note, which is just a to-do, and then drag it into that task list. It will assign the client, and if I want to, a due date automatically for me.
And
so
the only thing,
go on.
The only thing is that there's a lot of stuff that I do that I don't necessarily always know which business it's for, or what am I doing this for? It's just, it needs to be done. And so, I need a quick
client.
He's wonderful. Like, maybe one of the most amazing people I've ever worked for. But it's fast paced, and like I'm trying to keep up, and it's getting to the point where like I need help, and I need a better system. My system sucks. Like it's not working anymore. Because I have, I hope, shown myself to be capable. I'm getting more and more like things to do. So I just need to have a better system. And I'm just wondering if you would, because I'm just like, okay, and maybe I can just, for the WhatsApp messages, I can certainly just copy and paste and then sort them out later. But like when I get emails through, I'm just like, I don't know. Right now, I just leave them unread until I can actually do it. So I'm like, once I click it, I'm doing something with it.
So I create a task that says read this email.
Okay.
So I very rarely get that now, because most of my clients have moved into Notion. Because I have politely, kindly, and lovingly said, I am not replying to your emails, because I don't like my emails because it's threads and but when I do, on a rare occasion, do get a threaded email, which I have recently, I literally put a task in saying, read through email, decide on next steps.
Inbox 0, just saying.
Yeah, but look, stop. Daddy.
Only 17 email accounts, inbox 0.
Are you saying I should go and look at Tiago Forte's? Is that Tiago Forte's inbox here? I know he has something on that.
I follow Tiago Forte's free stuff. I have not paid for anything he's done. So all the information I know is from like his tweets, the Twitter threads, and the free stuff he puts up, and the video
triage. You know, the inbox triage that he does? He looks at the email. Can I action it now? What is the action? This is way too long for me to do immediately. So I need to create a task in Notion that says review this email, include a link to that email, and then I assign a date to look at that email. Then I look at the email. Then I decide my next steps from there. And I just create a bullet of things I need to do at the point when I'm working on my client's project. That's how I manage it. Because I get that a lot. I have one client who gives me multiple projects as well, with multiple different too. So I know where you're coming from there. So I know like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that like my day is never, I am interrupted 10 times a day with things that I'm not really sure, is this an emergency? Does this need to be done now? Like every day. So I don't have the luxury of kind of being like, oh, well, I have to, because I'm not sure, do I need to look at this email and do I need to do something? Or, so I like that idea.
I think that's something that, so I was in a business brainstorming call, Friday, I think. And we spoke about expectations. So expectations of the client. What?
I don't know why he's laughing.
Sorry.
Are you laughing at my comment?
I was laughing again.
Oh, the peanut butter subscription with all the Inbox Zero comments.
So sorry, that was out.
I
didn't say, what does it say?
I'll bring it up on the stream.
You can see it on the stream now.
Right. Okay. Right.
In StreamYard, you should be able to see the comments as well. If you go to the right, you'll see comments. So you should be able to see it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about the expectations of clients. So for me anyway, all the people I work with know I look at my emails once a day. So if I haven't seen their email on that day, I will see it the next day. But it means that I only have to check my emails once, rather than like, have I got an email or do I need to check this email? So the clients or whoever they are, when they send me an email, they know that if I haven't responded that day, I will the next day. So they have an expectation of what I'm getting. Whereas if I'm responding to every single email all the time, they then expect a response every single time.
Okay.
That's how I
get that. Like I am someone who likes to make my clients happy and will bend over backwards. But I realized I was able to do that more effectively when I had put those boundaries in place to say, only this is the emergency channel. If you need something now, message me this place. For you, it'd be WhatsApp. Like if you need something that has a timely deadline, get hold of me via WhatsApp. I check my email at this time, and this time. If you check it more, I hope none of my clients are watching this. If you check it more,
I'll clip it and put it to Twitter.
No, you won't. If you check it more, that's fine. But then the power is with you to reply when you are ready. For you to be productive, there will be no Notion system or ClickUp or Asana or Trello. There will be no system that will help. You got the joke there. Did you, Danny? There you go.
Yeah.
There'll be no system that you can build that will help from clients messaging you all the time. And no matter how kind they are, because all of my clients are lovely, it's not about being lovely. It's about using your time effectively.
Yes.
And so you need to actually have boundaries in place. And I was terrified putting the boundaries in place with my clients. I've only done it recently. And they were like, yeah, no, that's fine. As long as I know when that actually helps me, because then I know when I need to get stuff to you. And so and one of my clients she said to me, oh, that's brilliant. So I know that I can just fill it out during the week, but you won't look at it or action it until this day. So I can just add things during the week and then you'll look at it and get it done. That's fantastic. I really like that. I know I have a deadline to give you stuff to do. And I'm like,
they know where they are. They know where they stand.
And they know where they are too.
Home6 put something in chat. He said he couldn't get the link in there. I'll bring it up on stream. He said it's Merlin Man who invented the inbox zero. I don't know who invented it. I just know I've heard it lots, so I say it. It's just one of those things.
See, I find inbox zero. I think there's an interesting article. I don't care about inbox zero. Like, I think that's just.
I think it's a theoretical thing rather than a practical thing. If you can put it into practice, then great. But it's the theory behind it, the idea that you want to get stuff done. I think that's the main thing for it. For me, I look at my task list as an inbox zero as well as my email. So if I put tasks in my task list, I ask myself, okay, can I? Well, I don't actually, but it's like in my head, like, can I get an inbox zero today if I put all of these things in there? Well, it's either a yes or a no. If I've added loads of stuff in there, I'm like, can I get all this done today? No. So I put it to different days, or I'll leave it on my scratch pad. So setting expectations, I think, is better. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, I can't begin to. It's not like he's like demanding and like get this done. No, and he's not checking his email every day. He certainly doesn't expect me to do it. What I'm lacking is the ability to say, I have 16 things I need to do today. I can't do this thing, but I can do it this day. Like, I don't have a system to show me that. So I'm just like, I guess, and that's not good.
You do now.
I do now, yeah.
There's no excuse anymore.
No.
Oh dear, yeah. I hold my
accountability. What you've got there is the basics to get you started. Like, you can start adding more bells and whistles, and believe me,
colors.
Yeah. I think honestly my workspace is going to be very minimal, because I said earlier, like, I get easily distracted, but when I start adding personal stuff in and making it fun like that, I'll do more stuff in there. But yeah, this has been great, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, here every Sunday to nerd out in Notion. Who we got on next week? Oh yeah, we got Teresa's on next week. So she's another Notion ambassador. I think she's going to go through her website. This is going to be really bad. I don't know what language she speaks, but it's not English. There was another language she speaks, and she's built a community around it. I want to say like German or Dutch. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, and she's built like a community in that language. So sort of like how she's done that inside of Notion. So that should be a good talk. Should be good fun. There's no members live stream this week, but there will be one the week after. I'm not sure what application I'm going to go on. I may do another one on ClickUp and follow up with that, but I may go into something like Asana or Airtable. But yeah, we'll see. I've seen Tia. I've seen Tia in chat. So there isn't a members live stream this week, but there will be next week. And if you're not a member, you can click the join button at the bottom of the stream for that. I think I've got the Rome video coming out next week, so that'll be good fun. We'll see. I can just see Gail putting peanut butter in chat.
That's why I was laughing earlier. I was trying not to, but it was just peanut butter, Danny.
Oh, God.
I will stop the peanut butter order.
Anyway.
I could just see it now. Like, you know those YouTubers that like, I've got a PO box, send me stuff. I'm just going to get a load of peanut butter jars. They're like, I'm donating this. I don't eat it. No one would be serious. You're just sending me loads of peanut butter and paper airplanes.
And trains.
Sorry?
And trains.
Trains? Are you talking like derailing the conversation trains? Okay, I was like, that's a reaching one right there. I was like, trains? Oh, okay, derailing from the podcast. But yeah, is there anything else you wanna add, or should we finish it up there for the stream?
I'm good. Yeah, I think I've got lots of stuff I can work on, and I think this is great. Thank you.
Awesome. Homesick. Awesome. Thank you very much. Super sticker. That's like the first super sticker / super chat I've actually got. So really appreciate that. Sorry?
Second.
I have not seen another.
You had one last week. Goodness sake.
You sure about that?
Yeah, either last week or the week before. You got a super chat last week because you went, "Oh, that's the first one I've ever received." You just
no. That was Tia joining the members, not super chat.
No, I'm sure you got a super chat.
If I did get a super chat, John, it didn't come through YouTube because YouTube is delicate. Either your memory's wrong or YouTube's wrong,
or both.
Okay. We're going to call it there, guys. So thank you for joining. Do you want to like share where you are on social media, or are you sort of just share your business social media? Or?
No, yeah. I don't. Well, I'm on Jables and Hutch on Instagram. I don't really have much I'm doing with my own business at the moment. So Jables and Hutch, you can find me there. And
yeah, awesome. Sounds good. So
thanks, guys.
Have a good rest of your day, evening. I think if Cameron's still
I'm in
here,
Scotland. Yeah, so it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Cameron joined and it's probably like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. for him because he's like Australia. So I saw him in the chat. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.